Now this is what about the default constructor. So in a default constructor, every object will get the same property. Okay, that is the default properties. That is, name is equal to Raju and age is equal to 44. So let's run this particular code once again. So Java C demo.java. and the Java demo. Okay, so you can see that whenever p1.talk, whenever the object p1 is executing the talk method, and in a second case object p2 is executing the talk method, but both the objects will have the same name and the same age. Okay, so p1 object will also have the same Raju name, p2 object will also have the same Raju name. Okay, age is 44, age is 44. What if I want to create the objects with the different properties? Okay, so in order to differentiate these two executions, I will simply put the sout statement here. So it means the system out println method. Save it, clear the screen, execute the previous command. Yes, this is the object, this is the output of the first p1 object, and it is the output of the p2 object. So you can see that the p1 object will also have the name Raju, and here also p2 will also have the name as Raju, and age is 44 for both of these particular objects. So in order to create the objects with the different properties, the solution is to use the constructor, but this time we are using the constructor with the parameterized, some parameter, that is called as a parameterized constructor. So how to create that particular parameterized constructor? So we know that the constructor, this is a constructor method and it is a default constructor by default. Okay, so this constructor can accept the parameters, but the default constructor cannot accept the parameters, but this particular constructor, parameterized constructor, is accessing some parameters from the main method. Okay, so say that it is accepting first of all the string type of the variable, say str, and some integer number, say n, or suppose yes, integer number n is accepted by that particular person. Okay, person method, and because it is a method, this str variable I can assign to the name. Okay, this is a variable declaration here. So str variable, whatever may be the value which is passed to this particular function, that particular string is assigned to the name variable, and the number is assigned to the age variable here. And now here there is an error because the default constructor is not defined here. Okay, so the default constructor definition is overwritten. So I have to pass the parameters at the time of its call. Okay, suppose I pass the name as a Raju, or say Rajendra, and age say 34. Okay, now the error has gone because the requirement for this particular is that it needs the two parameters, one is a string, another one is a integer. So I have passed the string and integer value. So for the second parameter of the class person also, I will pass the first parameter as a Pooja and the second parameter as a 22. Right. So I will save it. Now once again execute this particular code. So it is a Java C demo.java and the Java demo. Yes, when this instruction, line number 30, p1.talk, so talk method of the class person is executed using the p1 object. Okay, so when this instruction is executed, whenever the p1 object is created, so certainly the constructor is called, and the two parameters are given to that particular constructor. So when the constructor is called, the string str will occupy the Rajendra and small n will occupy 34, and that Rajendra keyword, Rajendra string will be assigned to the name and age. Okay, these are the instance variables, or we can here write this dot name means p1 dot name. Okay, this variable, and here also I can write this dot age means the p1 variable here, p1 object here, object's specific properties. Okay, so yes, the p1 object is initialized with the name and the age, and then I am executing the talk method. So when talk method is executed, so hi I am name means here also I can write the this dot name, and here also I can write the this dot name. Okay, so p1 dot name and p1 dot age will be printed here. So this is what the default constructor, parameterized constructor. When this line is executed, one line will be left blank. Yes, so here, hey, I am Rajendra, I am 34 years old. When this line is executed, one gap will be there. When the object P2 is created, now the properties of the P2 is that its name is a Pooja and its age is a 22. So, hi, I am Pooja, I am 22 years old, right? So, the difference between the default constructor and parameterized constructor is that in a default constructor, every object will have the same property. In a parameterized constructor, every object will have the different properties. In a default constructor, the default constructor cannot accept the any arguments, but the parameterized constructor can accept the argument. That is the main difference between the default constructor and parameterized constructor. Okay, so because the parameterized constructor can accept the property, so every object will have the different property, and in a default constructor every object will have the same property. That is what the main difference between the default constructor and the parameterized constructor. Now here you can go on a YouTube and you can search for @sciclass, and here you can find my official YouTube channel. On this particular YouTube channel, I have created the playlists. So if you want to learn the core Java, then there is a separate playlist for the core Java. So core Java plus concepts with example, it is a playlist. So I am going to upload and also if you want to learn the core Java related interview questions, so there is a separate playlist, core Java interview questions for the experienced candidates, means one who knows the concepts of the core Java and wants to prepare for the core Java interview. Then he can find out